All right, what's going on YouTube? Product Karma with another video for y'all. This time we're going back to something we've done a little while ago. Been some time, maybe a few months. We're doing One Has to Go. This time we're doing the characters that have too much plot armor. Everybody know what plot armor is. But for our list of characters, we have Senku, Tanjiro, Natsu, Vegeta, Gabby, Juggernaut, Ray, Kirito, Subaru, Deku, Yuji, and Gon Freaks. Get this started. Anybody want to go first? Any names like sticking out to you?
For too much, the way y'all talk about Natsu, and I'm not gonna lie, I think Juggernaut and Vegeta might be up there. To me, I'm not gonna hold you.
That's fair. I also agree with, like I said, I poke fun at Natsu just for memes, like on the regular, because of how that show is just set up as a whole. How they like be saving characters just off of base of, friendship. Like it's literally a thing in like forums. But I agree with the Juggernaut thing as well. I was the one that brought him up and put him on the list for the most part because he should have died down in the tunnel when he was fighting with the fire cat chick. He definitely should have died. And then when they show him still breathing at the end of it all, like after explaining how he was basically dead and like couldn't get out of that situation, it was just, I don't know, it just seemed like a lot of capacity.
To be completely honest, like said, I can agree with the Natsu and Juggernaut one, but I also want to get to two other characters I thought that probably had the most plot armor, and that was Tanjiro. A little bit of spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Well, go to our website, go watch the movie because it's been out a year and a half now. But I want to point out when Tanjiro and all of them were asleep, and for whatever reason, Tanjiro had the nicest kid in the world who was inside of his dream and was actually led to his spirit orb, and they were all given the task of actually destroying it. The kid just didn't because he was just somehow so caught up in the
he was moved.
I'm just like, bruh, if it was any of the other kids, Tanjiro would have died right there.
You think that's plot armor though, or you think that's them saying that his
absolutely
soul was
I
so
think that's
moving?
absolutely plot.
That's
Like,
absolutely plot armor.
He just happened to get that one kid.
If anything,
he would have
I
died.
thought you were. Well, I don't know, because my thing is, I feel like if anything, his dad's voice showing up telling him like you gotta cut something. I feel like that's more plot than his soul being more so. You know what I mean? I'm thinking
that's fact.
I feel like I would rather say that than the kid being moved. I feel like the kid being moved because his soul was so warm and that kid's been through so much stuff. I feel like I don't think that's plot. I feel like that's just like, Tanjiro just being the good-hearted kid that he is. But like I said, his dad showing up or his dad's voice, like like how in Pokemon, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do this here. You know what I mean? You gotta cut something. I feel like that's more plot armor than that.
I think the spontaneous change of heart is more plot armor than that. He went in there with the goal to destroy this man's core. The beings, little things, entities inside of Tanjiro brought this man to the core, but he felt so moved by how nice they were. He was like, you know what? I ain't gonna touch it.
Kill you.
Yeah, like no, ain't no way.
Them other kids would have been like, oh, bet, and sliced it right there on the spot.
Yeah, but hold on, what was your second one? You said Tanjiro and who now?
Vegeta. So the other one with Vegeta was just obviously, when Goku and Vegeta first were fighting in the Saiyan Saga, and Vegeta literally was trying to crawl back to his pod, and Krillin had the samurai sword and was about to stab this man in his back, and Goku said, "No, don't kill him, let him go." And if it was any one of us
he ain't even
in this party
explained.
chat right now, we would have been like, Goku, shut your mouth, and we would have stabbed this man in the back straight up.
Yeah,
Vegeta would not have gotten away.
He said, "No, don't kill him. I might need him later." Like, come on, bruh.
Right, he might become an important character.
Yeah.
Like foreshadowing like hell.
So somebody want to explain Yuji how he got on the list, and I'll explain Senku
Absolutely.
after. Yeah, how Yuji get here?
This man, I'm not even hating. I like Yuji. I like the show. Jujutsu Kaisen is great, but he had his heart pulled from his body. Like, he should not have been alive after that. I understand he had Sukuna inside of him, but Sukuna is the one that can live without a heart, not Yuji. But Yuji was still conscious
alive,
in his own. No, Sukuna was just using the body. Sukuna can use dead bodies.
Sukuna was keeping him alive though.
Sukuna said he'd let him die though. Remember, let's not forget that whole monologue. Like, I don't really care if you live.
Yeah, but I feel like
he definitely. Well, I guess you have a point that he could have, but I think that to his defense, the fact that he already had so many fingers that Yuji had 8, it just seemed like Sukuna was like, yeah, no, I think it'd be better off not letting Yuji die because I'd probably achieve the goal of getting all the fingers right now in comparison to letting him die and them stealing him right then and there again.
And then having to go through and find the body again.
With Sukuna. As proud and as strong as Sukuna is, him pulling out Yuji's heart, if he was going to let him live and be like, I need him for the fingers anyway, he wouldn't have removed his heart. After he removed the heart, he was already like, all right, this is my body now. It's a good body. I have no reason to not just exist and live my life. But then he changed his mind and gave it back to Yuji. He was like, you know what? You good. And made some contract with him. Like, no.
But see,
I don't agree.
There is, I think more or less Sukuna taking out his heart and all that was to really tempt Megumi because he knew that Megumi had the ability to fight him and he didn't. He's like, well, if you don't start doing stuff like this, people like Yuji, even though, Yuji obviously had Sukuna, will just get wrecked on the spot and die because you're not using your full potential.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I think
full
he was
plot
proving
on
the point. I don't think
that
he
still doesn't explain him giving the body back to Yuji.
Yeah, it's just
and it would make it easier for him to move around too.
It's a conflict in words.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier for him to move around.
What Sukuna
said
said doesn't really match what he actually did in the show because he said that he just let him die. But Amari makes a good point too. Like Yuji had a lot of the fingers already, so why?
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. Yeah, even though he was saying something else. But I think that's a good point.
Yeah,
I don't think
makes sense.
If it is, I don't think it's enough to be like on the list of the chopping block of having to go. If we're going to say that it's fully powered, but I don't believe. Yeah, but I don't believe it's that much.
Let's not forget that Yuji was supposed to be executed because he had the Sukuna finger in him. And just because Gojo exists, they said, crap, we can't touch Gojo. So since Gojo says not to touch him, we have to let this man live.
I don't think that's plot.
Gojo
was legit a god in the story. It's like, it's not even we can't touch him because of Gojo. It's like, nah, we need him, so he got to be happy.
Yeah, that's not even him being saved off of BS. That's them. That's people making a rational decision not to piss off Gojo.
That's like if they try to kill Naruto and the Hokage was like, don't touch him. They're not going to still try to kill Naruto anyway. They're just going to go with the Hokage said at that time.
Yeah.
We should move to somebody else though. What you think about? Oh, my bad.
Nah, you good. I was about to ask Khalil if he could bring up, talk about Super a little bit.
Oh my God. I could talk about Super a lot. Shut up. I can talk about Super a lot of it. This man is the epitome of plot armor. His plot armor revolves around his entire shtick. Like, man, I messed up. I guess I'm gonna go drown in some water and I'll try again tomorrow. Like, how can that not be plot armor? This man could literally die and just restart his whole day over, or at least whenever that checkpoint, which is just random, whenever that checkpoint decides to finally kick in. And then we all just recently found out that apparently, there's no limit to restart from death. Like, there's none of that. So he can do this as many times as he wants, allegedly. And there's like no repercussions really, other than him having to live with the trauma. Okay, I can understand that. It sucks that you get the feel that you die every time, but you can still redo your mistakes.
Well,
I want to
little Mario complain.
First off, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
The fact that he got brought to this other world and was given that ability, for you to say that that's plot armor is no different from me saying, oh, Naifumi got brought to the world and is the shield hero.
I think that's fair.
He has the ultimate defense. That's literally the story, how it's driven. That's not plot armor. Also, too, I do agree with you on the fact that obviously he can die as many times as he doesn't, and there's no repercussions, but we also must go off of the fact that season 2 started off with there is a repercussion, there's a checkpoint. Once he gets to that checkpoint, he cannot go back further than that. He has to restart at that
checkpoint. But is that a real penalty, though?
It is, in a sense. Because you
have
to...
Because if he messes up and goes too far forward, he can't go back.
Exactly.
Subaru doesn't really have plot armor. His plot armor is the plot.
Yeah.
I feel like just to shorten it up,
Yeah.
his plot armor is the plot, so it's not really plot armor. To cut him some
like,
bell.
I agree and disagree with that. Just because if we want to be technical, he technically can't lose because of it. So I see what Khalil's saying with the plot armor, because all he has to do is just die and start over. Like, you can't beat him. You cannot beat that.
Die. He just got to stand
But
there.
yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's easy because he has to die to do it. But I get what he's saying. But to say that he has to go, like, it's I don't know. I think that's too much into like the technicalities to say he has to go. I don't think he has the most out of everyone else on this list.
Literally, that's how
we should probably go through who does everybody think has to go and then vote.
Yeah.
Right. All right, who wants to start? Throw a name out there.
I think not to, even though I haven't seen Fairy Tale. Power friendship. I know y'all always try to kill us. Don't care. It's a thing. And it's to me not to. You might have been on top of the fire tier list, but you gotta go.
Look, I really do love Fairy Tale. Not to, but I do have to agree with you on this. Literally, the plot armor runs through all of the seasons, and it all revolves back to the power friendship.
Okay, I'm gonna stop y'all. I'm gonna stop y'all right there. Now, everybody, go again, but you can't say not.
Yeah, I like
just
that.
take them out the list. Let's just take them out the list. Nasu, you lose. All right, you was in detention. You're not even in detention. You get sent straight home. You are expelled. All right, just straight like that. So now go again, but you can't say Nasu.
Okay.
I'll let y'all go first this time. I'll go live.
I'm gonna say Kirito.
Tough.
Kirito, okay, that's fair.
Aunt Khalil.
I feel like Gabby has a lot of plot armor. She can go too. Honestly,
I agree with that one.
Mike,
yeah, I'm going Gabby too. She
okay.
That just how she got on the plane, it was cool.
Yeah, 360 no scoping.
Then she got up top, did more.
She should have ran into a building or something.
It was too much stuff. It was a dead body. It was a body on the floor. She used it to get to the top. She gets to the top, 360 no scope. Then all of a sudden they beat the dog crap out of her. She still lives. Nobody kills her after. Nah, it's too much. Goes to the barn.
Honestly,
even moments.
Actually, Gabby might have beat Natsu. I'm saying it out
loud. That's what I was saying. Before I even expelled him, I was about to say Gabby has more plot armor to me than Fairy Tale as a whole.
Yeah,
she's just ridiculous.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
The moment she got up to that plane and killed, she would have got booted right on out.
Yeah, I'd have threw her out.
It was just the first episode for me when she walked up with the
I forgot about
rack
that.
of bombs in her hand.
Yeah.
Like they wasn't in the middle of a battlefield with the other team the opposite way. You're right. They weren't even in a city. They were in a field.
They were in a desert. Like, you think somebody from home just ended up here by accident? It was like, hey, don't kill me.
My cousin.
I was looking for some milk and eggs. I don't know where I'm at.
So we gotta unexpel Natsu. It sounds like Gabby definitely is the
right.
I think I give it.
All right, so Natsu and Gabby was bottom two, but if we gonna give, all right, so third place, most plot armor. Y'all still thinking Kirito?
I haven't seen enough of Kirito, so
all I'm saying is this man literally out of almost dying on 1% health got a hack and regained all of his health and won the battle. He was supposed to have died in that instant. But all of
he did. He
did
die.
Back. He rewound back. That makes no sense.
He also got spared when he got paralyzed and when he got taken away by that guy in the guild. He was supposed to die.
That's also facts.
2 times.
Yeah.
2 times he was supposed to die and did not.
Yeah, I'd say Kirito.
Yeah.
All right. So,
can everybody agree with that?
Kirito sounds like the best answer. I'd have threw Tanjiro in there, but I ain't gonna get him dirty. But
can we throw Deku to the wolves?
Not over some other people,
Deku ain't die.
And the way My Hero is, it's built to be saved. They're literally a class of team a team.
Right, that sounds fair. But
this time, Deku.
Looking like we're out of time. Thank everybody for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that. Share the video. Talk to us about it. Did we hold anybody? Were we selling them too hard? Or, were we right on the money? Let us know down in the comments. We'll be happy to talk with y'all, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I don't have anything this time. You're lucky.